Yo, what's up, family? Just in Christchurch, going up to the Christchurch Gondola. Enjoy. Oh man, it's closed today, bro. Oh, look at that view there, cuz. Sorry guys, had to do the Māori accent. Nah. This view takes the cup, man. Look at that. We're about to do a tram tour around the city of Christchurch. So there's just a little history before the earthquake and everything.
Last trip of train 15. You're going to stop at all the stops anyway, so you can see what's out there if you want to. We'll go back and stop one in about 45 minutes.
And they say they're about a third of the way there. So next move for the Christchurch Cathedral is phase 2. The reinstatement project basically takes the building from what you're looking at there to the left all the way back to what it looked like before the earthquake. So condition and look at the building before pre-earthquake. So that move is next.
I don't know if I'm allowed to record, but I am recording.
It was, of course, that sequence of earthquakes through 2010 and 2011, specifically the one that came through finally on the 22nd of February 2011, that's 6.3 magnitude one. The one that did do significant damage, or really finished the building off here to the left. It also destroyed the spire, which was on the northwestern corner, so coming up just to the left. On the corner here is where the spire was. So once they get going again with the reinstatement project, that's where they'll rebuild the spire, where that clear first X is, that's where the spire was. So they've still got a bit of work to do. And on the job sheet, one of the jobs, of course, will be rebuild the spire on the northwestern corner, just to the left. Now what you do get, good pictures just coming up to the left on the purple fence of what the finished product will look like in terms of the Christchurch Cathedral. So those pictures to the left on the purple fence, pretty much what the cathedral looked like before the earthquakes. Pictures also include the spire, so it gives you a good picture of what the finished product will look like once it's all done. We're back through to stop number 2, and from here we're going to head away to the north and cover off stops 10 through to 18. We do go through this stop twice. We've just completed stops 3 through 9. You guys got on stop 9, so you'll stay on and come through this stop twice, about 50 minutes before we get back there. But now we go that way and cover off stops 10 through to 18. The whole cultural part now, stop 2 Cathedral Street. We get down Boston Boulevard now, fairly nice now. Lots of heritage buildings, over 2 dozen. Relative to Christchurch, we lost about 80% of our heritage buildings. So, certainly the best of what we got left down Boston Boulevard here. That's not to say there aren't heritage buildings around the city, and Christchurch cathedrals in that style, the art centres in that style, Canterbury museums in that style. There's a couple of outliers though. One of those coming into view, front right, it's a Queen Anne style red brick building, dates back to the 1880s. It was municipal chambers, council buildings, and that was the case through to the 1920s. More recent times, it's been in a restoration program, about $16 million to get that building to the right, fixed up. Finished restoration work on it late last year, and we'll finish and opened early this year, so we're happy to have it. It was done by an architect called Samuel Hurst-Seeger, and it is the case that that particular building known in Te Reo Mary as Te Puna Owai, and that'll be open through till 9 p.m. this evening. So if you are looking to cover off the art gallery, you've got plenty of time. It's open all the way through till 9. And that's the building coming into view, front right, the big grey concrete building. The art gallery's called that building home for the last 22 years. Moved in there back in 2003. Moved one block up the road, basically. It was in behind Canterbury Museum, which is one block in front of us, Robert McDougall Art Gallery. That building dated back to the 1930s. So come 2003, the art gallery had its new building, so it moved one block to the east and moved in here back in 2003. So it's been here for 22 years. It was in behind Canterbury Museum originally. This building's getting taken and go up to add enough apartments to make it work, or in case of a hotel, enough rooms to get the bills paid. So in coming years, we probably down here, the buildings were all closed up for over 10 years, but we fixed them up. So after the earthquakes, lots of damage, and the buildings were, as I said, closed for over a decade. This is the Boys High building, the turret there to the left. That one was dates back to the 1880s. It was home to Christchurch Boys High School for about 40 years, from the 1880s through the 1920s. After Christchurch Boys High School moved off this site, University took over this end, and they've been on this site now for about, they were on this site through 1974, and then they moved off to the current location in Island, front right of where we are. And since 1974, basically for the last 50 years, a trust has looked after all the buildings, and it's a vast and varied collection of businesses and art. You can walk into the art centre from this end, walk through it around the buildings and pop out. It's basically where it started in terms of the buildings. 1873, when Canterbury College was established, they had the first class down here in June 1874, and they were on the site for about a century after that. Down here you've still got the likes of the old biology building, which dates back to 1896, done by Benjamin Mountain. That's next to the physics building, 1916, done by Collins and Hart. And those two buildings are now part of the Observatory Hotel. Those two buildings are next to the chemistry building. That's 1910, done by Collins and Hart. That's now Tees Museum of Modern Antiquities. That's open, but only for another 40 odd minutes. And then in the middle, if you look under the archway here to the left, across the northern quad, you can make out the building, and that was Canterbury College Library back in 1915. Done by Collins and Hart. Now it's a modern art gallery. So the buildings now have got second life, home to various businesses, I guess. Got their first lives down this end specifically, was as a university. Stop number 13. How much? You know where you're going?
Yeah, I go to
Superintendent Government of Canterbury Province. We had provincial government here in New Zealand for a little over 20 years, 1853 through to 1877. 6 provinces, and Canterbury Province being one of the 6. And we had 4 governors, superintendents, and William Rollison, statue under the left there, was the 4th and final. And this is his avenue, Rollison Avenue, North Bank. We are to the left, coming into view is Christ College, a secondary school for boys, just shy of 700 boys on the roll there. And I'm at about 200 of my boys. That's their dining hall to the left of us there. That's where the boys do breakfast, lunch and dinners. That building, 1925, done by an architect Cecil Wood. Back in 1925, he did another building on the Christ College campus, coming into view to the left. It was 10 years earlier, 1915, the Air Memorial Library. If you look to the left, through the main gate, this is the building with brown stone. So, Christ College campus is simply gorgeous. Old buildings, real good school, early Christchurch architects. The school itself has been on this side to the left since 1856, 169 years. Well, it was founded over in Littleton 6 years earlier in 1850s. That gives it 175 years, and they are celebrating their 175th anniversary this year. We're about to go right and head into Armour Street. As we do, to the left, you get a peek at North Hagley. And if you look across the bridge, you can make out a small body of water on 1 or 2 wee lakes there, Lake Albert and Lake Victoria. So behind 2 wee lakes. It's 12-hole golf course. Diagonal. Quite nice. North Hackney's well used through the summer months. Through the height of summer, there's usually something on there every weekend or every second weekend, so they do a good job. And then winter months, rugby fields, football. This is stop number 14. Quite nice part of town. It's very residential. Lots of lovely homes and houses down. Great location. You've got more recent times. So you and the old added together on that corner. Great location. All straight up the street. Hagley Park, straight across the street from Cranmer Square. Cranmer Square to the left of us, named after Archbishop Thomas Cranmer. One of over 1,200 parks, playing fields and gardens that we have in and around the city. All tended to and cared for by the Christchurch City Council Canterbury Museum. They do a really good job of telling the Canterbury earthquake story. Lots of pictures, lots of stories, as you'd expect. A little bit about the science as to why we get earthquakes here in New Zealand, fault lines that lay beneath us and such, as well as the reality. Down in the South Pacific here, we sit on the Ring of Fire, and that does not help. And then, of course, the rebuild. What the future plan is for Christchurch Central City, what it's all going to look like once it's done and dusted. There's a $20 entrance fee for adults, children are free, and if you can spare an hour, that seems to be about right. On average, it seems to take about an hour to get here. So this is stop number 16 for Quake City. Quake City just to the left, if not today. They're open daily from 10 to 5. There's just the corner there, about 20 steps, so on the corner of Durham and Armagh. We're going to cross over Durham. That's the entrance to Quake City just to the left. We're going to get another peek into behind the a lovely outlook from inside out. From the convention centre, they look out over the Avon Promenade as well as the Avon River, and coming into view. To the right is upriver, to the left is downriver. If you stay looking left, you get a look at Victoria Square, named after Queen Victoria. We're going to pull up right next to the statue. Queen Victoria put here back in 1903, just 2 years after she passed away in 1901. Victoria Square to the left has been Victoria Square the last 120 odd years. Prior to that, though, it was known as Marketplace. It's where the early European settlers in local Maori Naitata used to come and trade for around 30 years from the 1850s. So it has always been a busy and central part of the city, and that has been the case for the last century and a half. Far side of Victoria Square, beyond the statue of Queen Victoria, big out parts of the building, and that's the Christchurch Town Hall. That opened back in stop number 17, this one. That opened back in September 1972. It was done by an architect called Miles Warren. It's done brutalist style architecture. So that building was saved after the earthquakes, all closed up. About since the earthquakes through to 2018, reopened in 2018, they spent $127.5 million fixing up the building. So they wanted to keep it. Has got spectacular auditoriums. Dame Kerry Takano has sung there a few times. Reports the acoustics has been excellent. I imagine she'd know. And therefore, what they were concerned about when they started putting all that money into the building, they were not able to retain the building itself, done that particular style of architecture. Brutalist, which was quite dominant in Christchurch in the 1950s, 60s and 70s. And that particular charge was led by Sir Miles Warren, or Warren and Mahoney. Morris to the Regent Street here in a moment, as we do to the left. You get a view of the Margaret Children's Playground, named after famous children's author, Margaret Martin. Playground there to the left, opened in 2015. So 10th birthday this year. And that's the playground to the left there. Orange shades up, turquoise colour, purple price spine, and two stop.
Wow.
New Regent Street gives you access off the stop 18 for the playground, as well as all the hospitality on offer down here. Bars, restaurant, eateries, cafe. Good offering down here in terms of hospitality. Vast and varied. Quite nice. Stop number.
Name's amazing.
Quite pretty. It is hospitality, so this time of the day, you get the bars and restaurant options. Stay here evening. Had a number of cafes, evenings open, And it's this time of day, bars and restaurants add to the mix. So good offering. Quite nice. They cut the ribbon on Regent Street back on the 1st of April 1932. It's done in a Spanish Mission revival style of architecture. It's a pretty little street. It's a mirror image, so of course one side's a mirror image of the other. Mostly hospitality, although you will find there's some retail down this end, a couple of jewelry shops, brutal glasses, a couple of tattoo shops. You'll get the bars and restaurants opening up now, and then you'll have a good offering on the latter part of the afternoon and the evening. New Regent Street is certainly on point, but nothing else quite like it's well worth a visit if you do have time. It's another good option if you're looking for other options for dinner. There's vast and varied array down here. We'll roll back through here in 50 minutes time. For now, we're going to get back to the junction, stop number 1. We'll be there for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll get away and get you around all stops 1 through 8. A whole loop coming up there, and it'll be the last loop on this track. There's a couple of trams behind us and another loop as well. So coming up on stop number 1, Cathedral Junction. And this is the beginning of stop number 1. And from here we head away in a moment, as I said, about 3 or 4 minutes and cover off all stops 1 through 18. Coming up. We'll be on. Make adjustments to the tickets. And stop number 1, Cathedral Junction. So as I said, we'll be here for about 4 minutes. If you do want to jump off and take a picture of the tram here,
So yeah guys, that's the city tour of Christchurch in New Zealand. Hope you guys enjoyed that. This building here is the tallest building that they have here in the city because of the earthquake. So they're no longer allowed to build any taller than that. Thanks for watching guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe.